Hello, my name is Steve Mills. If this is the first time you've ever listened to me, then thank you for watching. If it isn't, then welcome back. Before I tell you a little bit about me, let me just tell you what this video is about. It's about how to get more business ultimately, and I'm going to be talking to you about communication, about talking to people. Now, before you switch off, there's a little bit more to it than that, but that comes later. You're really going to get some value from this. It's not about me trying to sell you my stuff. It's about me trying to help you. So speaking of helping, I've been now 26 years running my business. My business being, I'm in the business of helping businesses to create more sales ultimately. I've got skills which are a pretty high level in marketing and selling. I've learnt my skills over 25 years from the leading experts in the world, and I've literally worked with thousands of businesses in hundreds of industries and pretty much worked not quite all over the world, but I have been asked to work in the Middle East, the Far East, Australasia, America, as well as where I'm based here in the UK. Now, as I mentioned, today we're all about how are you going to get more business? Well, there are many ways. You know, I could talk about search engine optimization and paid advertising, Facebook advertising, and so on and so forth. I accept all that, but the one I want to talk to you about is not going to take money. It's going to take effort. It's going to take effort from you and or your sales team, and that's about talking to people. Now, I know you're thinking, well, that's bloody obvious, Steve, and it's really basic, and I know that. But do you know what? I come from a background in sport, and often in sport, when you're growing up and you're becoming at the elite level, which I did get to, you want to try out all the all the new things, the flash things, the great stuff, but if you speak to any good coach, they'll tell you get the fundamentals in place. And that's really what I'm trying to do for you today. So my question for you is, how many people do you speak to every day? How many? Are you on the phone or in meetings all day? Do you get to speak to groups? Do you get to go on to webinars? Do you have a podcast? Do you do what I'm doing now and talk on video, potentially reaching thousands and thousands of people for many, many years? What are you actually doing? And if you're like 99% of the businesses that I speak to, the plain truth is you're not doing enough. You're not doing enough. It says on the sign behind me there, it's probably not that you're doing the wrong marketing. It's more likely you're doing the right marketing in the wrong way. And that is so true on almost nearly every business I've ever met. And I'll give you an example of that. If you're on LinkedIn, but you're not really doing very much, then you're on the right place, but you're doing the wrong marketing. Not doing very much won't get you anywhere. Not picking up the phone won't get you anywhere. You've got to pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. They're the best words that I could possibly teach you. The more you speak to people, the more money will appear in your pocket or in your business. You've got to speak to people. So, one recommendation I'd give is start to write it down. Set yourself a target. I'm going to speak to at least 20 people every day. What about how many meetings you get? What about how many of those meetings turn into a sale? Once you know your numbers, you know pretty much everything that you need to know other than how to improve those numbers, because you could make more calls. Instead of making 20 calls, make 40 calls, and that potentially could double the amount of new business that you win. Or you could become better at making those 20 calls. You could improve your sales skills and your system and your process and your words and so on and so forth. So that's it really. I know that's, you may think that's, very, very obvious, and it is. I'd say it's common sense, but it's not common practice. You with me? Most businesses don't do this. Most businesses don't get on the phone every day and talk to loads of people. Most businesses don't do webinars on a regular basis to get themselves in front of hundreds or perhaps even 50 people. Most people don't do podcasts and get themselves in front of thousands of people. Most people don't do videos like this and again get themselves in front of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of people. I was watching a video by one of the world's leading marketing people the other day, a guy called Gary Vaynerchuk. He had 2.5 million people had watched this video. You know, how does he make 2.5 million phone calls? It's impossible. But he can get himself on YouTube and he can market his videos on social media, through email, and so on and so forth, and make a massive difference to his business. So that's all I wanted to say. I hope it's of value to you. I really hope you use it to grow your business. If you need more help growing your business, if you want to book just a free one-to-one with me, I won't give you a hard sell. I won't, this is not about me trying to sell something. What I want to do, basically, from my point of view, I just want to demonstrate my expertise. I want to show you for free, without obligation, without a risk, that I can help your business. And if I can, you can make a decision at the end whether you want to work with me or not. If not, that's not a problem. And, I'll just thank you for your time. So, if you want to do that, then go to steve-mills, mills.com. Click on one of the gold buttons. Now, what this does is it gives you access to my online diary. So you just click on the button, my diary pings up, you have a look when at a time that's good for you, put your details in, jobs are good. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening.